Okay, well that was my bad. Can you
That's
hear
all
me,
right.
bud?
I can hear you. How are
All
you?
right, man. We're in it. Yeah, man. I'm a technical retard, so
I am too on this
I'm su
shit. Let
I'm
me tell you.
surprised we were able to do it.
There we go. Now it's good. So how are you doing?
I'm good, man.
Right on.
Yeah.
I'm hanging in there. I felt better, that's for sure, but I haven't felt much worse though. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I got a doctor's appointment on Monday, so
Oh,
we'll see. We'll see.
did you get sick or?
I don't know what it was. It was more like a chest thing, but
Mm,
it was pretty, I don't know. It stopped me cold for a little bit. So I don't know. I quit smoking, so that's good.
yeah. Well, that's cool.
Yeah, I'm missing
Wait,
it though.
how long ago did you quit smoking, dude?
Just probably like 4 or 5 days ago. I continued to smoke a little bit after my birthday, and then shit started getting weird health wise, and I quit 4 or 5 days ago finally.
Yeah, that's good, dude.
So it is
Yeah,
good, but I feel
yeah,
like hell right now.
yeah,
Oh well.
yeah.
What's been
Yeah, man.
happening?
Fuck a lot. I'm going back into the studio tomorrow,
Oh, right
so
on, right on.
we gotta
Cool, cool,
start mixing. We got three new songs that we're putting
cool.
out, so
Right
they're
on.
they're they're already they're in the movie.
Oh, cool,
So
cool.
and the movie is being released on 420 at
Nice.
420.
That's cool.
So
That's an
April
appropriate time of the
April
year.
20th at 420. So
Cool. Right
yeah,
on.
yep.
And you're releasing it on YouTube, right?
Yeah, yep.
Right on. Right on.
Yeah, we tried doing a screening, but it turns out even when you make a movie with your friends and people who are straight up involved, the bottom line is people don't give a shit.
No, people don't
They
give
don't give a
a shit.
shit.
They don't.
They could care less about your creative endeavors, even when they're involved in them.
Some
They
people.
don't like. I don't get it, but you would think I'd be used to it by
Right.
now, but it always kind of just stings a little. It
Sure.
irritates me
I get that.
because everybody's like on board. Everybody's on board when they feel like it has to do with them,
Right.
and then it's like it was extremely hard to make a movie because I didn't
Oh
know what I
yeah.
was doing,
Oh yeah.
and
Definitely.
then you do something that's extremely difficult, and even the people that are involved in it, they don't see the value in it, and they haven't even
Happens.
seen it.
Right.
They actually haven't even seen it. I tried to do a private screening with the people who really helped
Mm-hmm.
make it happen,
Mm-hmm.
and some of the people didn't show up, and then the the people that did show up were an absolute pain in the ass and disrespectful
Right.
during it, and
Right.
it's um
I get it a little bit. I get it with me doing this podcast thing. I get it to where people look at it like it's total. There is totally of no value. You know,
it's
and that's
well,
bullshit.
I'm gonna jump on the bandwagon there because I guess I the way that I described the reason why I wanted to make a movie is because at some point, after people have basically told you what their impression of your creative endeavors are, that when you've got your family members and friends and even band members that come in and out, and the bottom line, the bottom line message is your music is a joke. And what you do, your podcast, you trying to make a podcast or you trying to build subscribers on a YouTube channel, that's a fucking joke.
Right.
You're a joke.
Right.
And so that's why I wanted to make this movie and turn it into a completely ironic, uh, I really lean into it. Like, oh, my music and my all my creative endeavors are a joke.
Right.
Okay, I'm going to turn it into a joke.
Right.
And so that was the motivation behind it, was because I know for a fact that what I do has value.
Hmm.
I mean, I know it for a fact.
Right.
I know it subjectively, but I actually know it objectively
Right.
because um, I've recently taken the Pepsi challenge with some of my stuff compared
Right.
to some of my what my heroes are doing right now.
Right.
I'm gonna tell you, dude, I'm not blowing my own horn here, bro, but
Right.
I'm on the right track.
I
That's
know
all I
you
can
are.
say.
I
I'm on the
know you
right
are.
fucking track.
I know you are. You know that.
So, um, when you have people around you that just constantly treat what you
Humors.
do
I
as
call
a
them humors.
like you're some sort of bottom feeding joke.
Mhm.
um yeah, it's like you can let that create resentment in you, or you can just use it as motivation.
Right. Right.
So I've always used it as motivation, but I gotta tell you something, man. I've made albums.
Hmm.
I mean, it's hard enough to make an album.
Right.
I mean, most look. I mean, most musicians don't ever get to a point where they're in the studio making a real album. And then just because you make one album, maybe you do make one album.
Right.
I've made six.
Right on.
And so obviously I know how to execute,
Hmm.
and making albums is hard enough.
Oh, I bet.
But I made a fucking movie.
Exactly.
I made a fucking movie.
When you called me and told me about that, here's what impressed me the most. And it wasn't necessarily that you were making a movie, because there's lots of people making movies. It was when you told me you had like over 60 minutes of edited material ready to go at the point
Mm-hmm.
you told me about it,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't know how much more you put into it after that, time wise. I have no clue. But
35,
that's
35
what
more.
impressed me. That's what impressed me the most. It
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
oh, he's either serious OCD or ADHD, or he's got his shit in a row, his ducks in a row a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe not a lot, but a little bit at least, because that's what impressed me. 60 minutes already, that could take a long time to get 60 minutes. I know editing
Mm-hmm.
video, it takes me, now, since I've simplified it a little bit how I'm editing, I've dropped it down a lot. But I remember at first, to get 10 minutes of fucking good video, it took me over an hour, you know.
Yeah.
And that was really, I could have done better, I'm sure, but I probably at that point I was done, mentally on
Yeah.
it, because that's a big mind fuck right there in itself.
Mm-hmm.
That's what really impressed me on it. You
Well,
know,
thanks, man.
and
I
then I've
mean,
gotten to know you since then too a lot better. So I know how you work a little bit. So, maybe not exactly, but I get your
yeah,
mindset
I
on stuff.
obsess. Yeah, I'm not a discipline. I don't really, subscribe to the whole I'm not disciplined really.
Right. You got
Um,
your own
I'm
process.
I'm not, well, I don't call it discipline. It's obsession. I obsess. So
Right.
it's just, it maybe on from the outside perspective, it maybe looks like I'm disciplined, but I'm not actually
Well,
disciplined.
you
I
got your own
obsess.
process. You got
Yeah,
your own process on doing things.
if I'm on a project, I obsess over that project,
Right on.
and I get so hyper focused that nothing else matters until that project is
Right.
done.
Right.
So so it's not like I'm like creating something, but then I'm also very disciplined and I'm doing my and
Right.
practicing my scales. No, I'm
Right.
not. I don't do
Right.
that shit.
You
I
know
don't do
your
that shit.
scales.
Yeah, I
Sure.
don't do that shit. Like I'm, it's like if I'm not making music, then
Right.
it's
Right.
like I'm not practicing.
Right.
You know.
Right.
So, in fact, I just heard Richie Kotzen talk about that. He's geared the same way.
Right
He's
on.
kind of geared the same way. It's like
Right on.
noodling around and finding stuff is one thing, but like practicing skills, he doesn't do that shit.
Right.
It's like, oh,
Right.
what the fuck am I like? There's really, I don't know. there's some utilitarian purpose in it, but eventually you just get to a point where it's like, if I'm not writing something, then I'm
Right.
not going to sit there and
Right.
fucking just practice
Right.
aimlessly. That's
Right.
dumb,
Right.
you know. But no, I appreciate you saying that, man. It's just that like I learned a long time ago that you can't go around telling people what you're gonna do.
Right. You
So
just got
I didn't tell anybody that I was making a movie until I had 45, 50 minutes
right.
already in. I was halfway done. And then I started going, oh, hey, by the way, I'm making a movie.
Right.
I
Right.
mean, I didn't even let some of the band members know that I was making a movie until I
Right.
was like, yeah, 40 minutes into it. And then
Right.
I said, hey, I'm making a movie and you guys are going to be in it. And I mean, they're just like, okay. And they were like, well, like, are we supposed to like write? It's like, no, you're supposed to just like, everything's written, everything's created.
Mm-hmm.
All you have to do is just repeat what I say when I fucking say to say it.
Right.
That's really about it, dude.
Right.
Look at the camera. Don't look at the
Right.
camera. Like just listen to me.
Exactly.
And they all did, man. They all did. They were just like, whatever, man. Like, but I could also know that like it was easy for people to go along with what I was doing because I've made music videos.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, okay, well, we know this guy can like he can create and he can
Right.
execute the ideas and we've seen what he can do. And so, but a movie is,
It's a whole
a
new ball
music video
game
is
for
5 minutes
sure.
long, bro. Music video is 4 minutes long.
Yeah.
So it's a whole different thing. But it's just the idea that I don't know if it's a matter of like, oh well, that's such a big concept that people have a hard time believing it, they have a hard time
Yeah.
swallowing it,
Sure.
or is it that there's a little bit of resentment and jealousy attached to it, like, oh, that fucker, he thought of it first. Oh, I should have done that.
Yeah.
It's like, so I don't know where people are, man. It's like where does people the where's the fine line between support, like I'm supporting you because well, I can see that what you're doing is of value, and so I do support it. Uh, but I'm also kind of like, I'm just kind of here to see what's
Right.
going to happen
Right.
because I'm not like really putting any energy into it.
Right.
And then you just got the other side of that where it's like it just seems like every time I do try to do something as a creator, it just comes off so big timey that it creates resentment and jealousy in others. And it's like I just can't fucking you can't win as
No,
a
you can't
creator.
win on that
You can't
shit.
fucking
You
win,
can't.
dude.
You can't. But most
So my whole thing is like I'm just gonna lean into the fact that I think people value a villain more than they value a hero.
they kind of
Like
do.
people are just sick of like the goody good guy bullshit. Like,
Hmm.
Superman's character got old because he was too good. He's just too
Hmm.
good. It's
Yeah.
like there wasn't enough conflicting enough of a dichotomy
Right.
with some sort of conflicting id,
Right.
some sort of it's like where's Superman's dark side? Because
Right.
when a hero has a bit of a dark side, that's all of a sudden now they're really like
Yeah.
captivating. They're
Right.
interesting,
Yeah.
you know. And
Because
I
like
swear to
you
God, man,
did.
it's like you try to be a good guy, and you if you're a musician and you're out there just because what a musician, what I mean, to me, musicians are like these docile, harmless, docile little bunny rabbits that want to like get along with each other and
Right.
everybody else
Then there's
too.
Kerry King coming out. Exactly.
Yeah, dude. And it's like, yeah, look who fucking really gets rewarded.
Hmm.
It's not the harmless little
No,
bunny rabbits, dude. Like
no,
they
it's
don't get
it.
noticed, bro. And you know what? I don't think they really should
No.
because fuck safe. Fuck safe.
Hmm. I
I
agree.
mean, and I can't help it, man. Especially up here in the Northwest because we have so many fucking hippies.
Hmm.
I'm serious, man.
Oh
I'm
yeah,
just
we do.
saying.
Oh no, I know we do.
Just like
I get
this
it.
this fucking docile hippie mentality is so weak. This is why they
Hmm.
can't get anywhere.
I know.
Because they're and I'm not saying like you have to have like some kind of cutthroat personality, man, but dude, like you have to be able to like piss people off and not give a shit, right?
Right. Right. Exactly.
And the thing is like people are going to be pissed off at you whether you're doing something good or bad.
Mhm.
They're going to be pissed
Exactly.
off. I mean, they don't, it's, I heard Satriani say that, good behavior rarely goes rewarded. And
Mhm.
he's one of the nicest guys,
Yeah, that's what
in,
I've
in the
heard.
music industry. He's a great human being.
Right.
He's just a great guy. I mean, and everybody says that. I mean, I've met him a couple times, and he's
Hmm.
he's a wonderful dude.
Right.
Um, but he obviously has some sort of a dark side to him that's why how he plays. It's he really is like when he came out, he was really kind of pushing the envelope and he wasn't inside the box at all, man. I
Oh,
mean,
totally.
they
Totally.
they kind of they kind of considered his stuff like avant-garde almost,
Hmm.
but and so that's just
Hmm.
rule breaking. Um, and so you can be a good person. You don't have to be an asshole,
Mm.
but man, if there's nothing that's like maybe it's maybe dangerous about your music
Hmm.
or unorthodox or
Right.
something that's just like oh that's when I hear that that just has like a I don't give a fuck.
Hmm.
Like I don't really know how to explain that sound except for the feeling it gives me is these people do not give a shit
Right.
about what people are thinking about their music,
Right.
and that's why it's so superior. It's just like that's a group of people who are just like we're doing what we want to do.
Right.
We're
Right.
doing what we like. Oh, we hope you like it, but
Hmm.
if you don't, go fuck yourself.
Hmm.
It's like
Totally.
that attitude is like where it's gone away, dude, because everybody wants to be a people pleaser. And being a people pleaser is fucking weakness
It
wrapped
is.
up in
It is.
virtue.
It's just a kiss ass. Nobody likes a kiss ass.
It's weak. Yeah, it's weakness wrapped up in virtue, man.
Yeah.
Like, look how virtuous I am. I'm here to
Mhm.
prop up the boss. It's like, no,
Yeah.
you're a fucking bitch, dude.
Yep.
Bitch. And 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 and
Exactly.
and, and like, okay, like remember in high school, man, or all those those people like, well, in high school, I was friends with everybody. You remember those people, the
Mhm.
roamers? They would
Mhm.
roam from group
Oh,
to
yeah.
group to group. I could never trust those motherfuckers.
Right.
I don't know. I
Exactly.
mean, I'm not trying to be like, well, okay, now I did go to high school in Sacramento, so it was more like prison rules,
Right. Right.
right? You
Definitely.
had to have your
Definitely.
crowds, dude,
Oh,
because otherwise,
definitely. Oh, definitely. Definitely. Here in
if,
Warrenton, it was a small enough school. Everybody was friends. It was
that
such a
that's
small.
that's
See, back
exactly
then
it.
there was only 2,200 people in Warrenton when I was in high school. Now there's 60, almost 7,000. It's a big difference than it used to be. That's for sure. And it's a different fucking life now than it is back then. Back then,
Well,
I keep looking on the best time of my life, and it was when I was probably like 8 or 9 years old, trick or treating in Seaside, and we could go all over town. At a certain time we had to be back, and we better be back, or we got our ass beat a little bit. But for the most part, trick or treating about that age down here was the best time of any time in my life. Around that age, it's just it was just a different time. We're
right,
supposed to stay outside till the lights came on outside. We didn't
yeah,
we didn't stay in the house. We were off doing adventures and shit.
yeah, yeah. Well, man, I just oh, look at that. I will have to call him back. Um, I think that when you're dealing in an industry like this where it depends on, you have to be good at networking.
Sure.
I don't think people know there's a fine line between being a good business networker and then just basically being some sort of a beta schmooze. Like, well, I'm just gonna go be friends with all the musicians, and the more musician friends I have, the bigger my music circle is. It's
Right.
the complete opposite, actually.
Right. Right. Oh,
Complete fucking
totally.
opposite, dude.
Totally.
And this whole more is more, you know,
Right.
it's not, dude. That more in the music industry, damn, dude, it really is more is less is more.
Right.
Less is fucking more, dude.
Right.
Because the more that you have in your life, the more distractions you have in your life. And then
That's
the
for
more
sure.
the more fractionized you
Yep.
are
And the more
because you're out
problems
there
that
trying to
happen.
rub elbows with everybody.
Right.
It's like you cannot be everything to everybody.
That's right. That's
And
right.
that kind of psychological weakness is like it's like that's like you're considered a bad person if you don't adopt that kind of philosophy.
Right. Right. Right.
It's just like, okay, you guys, I don't know, man. Like, yeah. So when you're talking about the different schools, when you're in a small school like that, everybody's cooperative.
Right. Right. For the most part, yeah.
I was in a school of like 2,000 people.
That's a
It was,
big difference.
yeah, it's called competition.
Yeah, big time competition. Totally. Totally.
So in my little group, I hung out with the skaters and
Hmm.
the rockers, the guitar
Hmm.
players and the skaters hung out together.
Right
Okay.
on.
Well, even in those groups, we competed with each other.
Sure you do. Definitely.
I mean,
Definitely.
it was probably more of a cooperative competition,
Right.
but other guys were getting good on the guitar. That made other guys have to get better at the
That's
guitar.
right. That's right.
And then there was also like shared learning, like, oh hey, I learned this. Oh hey, check this out. And
Right.
then there were some guys that were like really fucking competitive, and they were just like, I'm not fucking teaching you nothing. I'm not showing you anything.
Exactly. And they ain't gonna teach
I'm
you shit.
my parents are paying fucking lots of money for me to have these lessons, and
Right.
go fuck yourself. Like I'm not sharing any of this.
Right.
Like
Right.
they would hoard the information, and then
Exactly.
they'd be total dicks
Yep.
about it on top of
Yep.
it. And then you got the skaters who are competing with each other
Oh yeah.
because, you know, everybody's trying to get good. And
Right.
then you ride with other skaters that are better
Right.
so that you can get better. So
Exactly.
there's like, and so even in those groups, competition was everywhere.
Right.
When
Totally.
I moved up here because there was a huge part of me that had to get away from the competition because
Right.
it was so pathological
Right.
that it was not cooperative competition.
Right.
It
Right.
really became pathological,
Right.
and it was everybody out for themselves.
Yep. Yep.
So like literally just disunity.
Oh
I
yeah.
come up here and it was like the complete opposite. And I thought that, oh, this is a good thing. Well, it became almost like a fucking pacifier.
Right.
Like you become like, you just like you just came out of a war or of a battlefield and then you're just going to go right into being a pacifist. No,
Right. That don't
no,
work
you're
like that.
well, yeah, because you're going to go from a battlefield to a monastery. Like
Right.
you're probably going to kill a couple monks even by accident,
Yep.
because
Yep.
you're
Totally.
physiologically wired to compete.
Hmm.
And so when I came up here and everybody was just like, "Oh wow, you're really great," and like that there was no competition.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
no, actually there was one other guy that was my age that was basically my guitar competition,
Right.
and Satriani was my hero and Steve Vai was his hero. So we so kind
I
of
get it. I get it.
yeah. But I did steal his drummer from him. So
Right on.
that made me feel good. But but yeah, man, it's just there was like it was too much cooperation, way
Hmm.
too much cooperation up here, and
Right.
it made me kind of like I think it just makes people soft.
Right.
It makes people soft, and it makes people not like they're not striving very hard because they don't want to. They are so afraid of looking like some kind of business miser.
Right. Totally. Totally.
There's nothing wrong with being a capitalist.
Mm-mm.
There's nothing wrong with it, dude. There's nothing wrong
No,
with starting a business.
that's right.
But I swear to God, man, so the way that these, I would say, the hippie mentality up here,
Right.
business is a bad fucking word. If you're
Right.
trying to turn your music into a business, that's
Right.
like, oh, you're so unvirtuous. When really they use virtue to basically disguise the fact that you're a broke ass motherfucker
Mhm.
because you're just not a hard charging individual.
Right. Right.
And then you disguise that with virtue like, oh, music is for the soul. It's not for capitalizing on. It's like,
Right.
said the broke asshole that can't write a good song. Said the
Right.
broke asshole that can't write a good song. Because you know
Right.
what? Writing good songs is hard.
Right.
Yeah. And shit, not even writing a good song. How about this? Write a song somebody actually wants to fucking listen to
Right.
without
Exactly.
you going pushing it on them.
Right.
Something that they actually go, I don't know who this is, but this is a badass song.
Right.
Can you
Exactly.
do that? Can you win the unbiased vote? Well, the answer around here is absolutely fucking not.
Right. Right.
And it's like, I don't really care if I have to sound like a bad guy. I don't care if I have to
Yeah.
sound like a bad guy. This is the hard truth.
Right.
And it's also the reason why people they're not excelling. They're not getting
Right.
better because they don't have like a teacher that they go to.
Right.
Like when you take private lessons, sometimes, man, you come across a teacher that's like, they're not patient with you. You came to their fucking
Hmm.
lesson and you didn't learn the last
Right.
lesson.
Right. Right.
Dude, in the day, you were you were told to not come back.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. That's exactly how that went.
And when people just kind of think like, oh, well, you can just keep doing what you want to do,
Right.
but the bottom line is that what's the outcome?
Right.
Are people going and seeking out your shit, and even if they come across your stuff by accident,
Right.
do they actually like it unbiasedly?
Right.
Hold on.
Can you hold
Hey
one minute?
man, hey, I got to call you back, buddy.
Give me 30
Yeah,
seconds.
I'm in the middle of a podcast session here, but yeah, yeah. So do me a favor. Yeah, well, I'm on this podcast, so I can't say anything. But I'll give you a call. Actually, let me stop. Do me a favor.
Sorry about that, Justin.
I'm gonna say that it happened. No, oh, dude, just I can't say nothing. Did you watch? That? Oh god damn, dude. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So there's a couple of homework. Yep. All right. Yep. Oh, sorry about that, man.
That's all right.
I've actually been expecting that phone call.
Right on.
Um, but yeah, dude. I just my my thing is that I've gotten a little bit frustrated with this area and the way that it if you think too big around here, you're ostracized.
Oh yeah.
You're big timey.
Yeah.
You're egotistical and you're big timey. And it's like, dude, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's okay to know that what you do is outvaluing what others are doing.
Right.
And at some point, how do there has to be some sort of a metric.
Right. Right.
And you're not going to get, you're not going to really get it from your friends and family. When usually, like, this just happened to me the other day. I cleaned a roof for some people that are close by here, and I cleaned their roof off, and they went and they checked out my YouTube channel and everything.
Mm-hmm.
and they were just absolutely stoked. They're just absolutely stoked.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, yeah, that's right there,
Mm-hmm.
and they're older people, absolutely stoked on my stuff, dude. They
Right
went, they
on.
went out, they looked at it. And then when I showed up, and they were coming out like, oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
And that kind of shit is actually what keeps you going.
Exactly.
The
Exactly.
unbiased,
Oh, for sure.
the unbiased
Mm-hmm.
vote, man. It's like that's what actually keeps
Mm-hmm.
you going because it doesn't mean anything if, like, look, man, I don't know what the deal is, bro. But when you have band members that are just constantly looking for the exit door,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
there's nothing more demoralizing and
Oh, that
devaluing than
that
that.
sucks. Yeah. That's gotta
And
suck.
it fucking
Mm-hmm.
happens all the time.
I bet.
It's happening to me right now, actually. I'm in
Mm.
I'm in the middle of I'm in the middle of some shit.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I'm losing my place to live.
Oh, fuck. That sucks.
Yeah.
That well, you need a spot. I got a spot here you can use if you need
Oh,
it.
yo, no, no,
I'm just
I
saying.
mean, it's
I'm just
okay, buddy.
saying.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
just saying.
Actually, hold on before I go any further. Yeah, I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm a victim.
Right. No,
Actually,
no, and I'm not
it's
saying
actually, yeah, it's an opportunity,
right.
but is it a inconvenience? Yeah,
Sure.
it's a fucking inconvenience
I bet.
because and here's the other beautiful part of it. I thought that we were going to be able to leave the music gear and kind of leave the music gear here and just continue to,
Mm-hmm.
have this place as the studio.
Right.
Well, I was just told that no,
That
they
sucks.
don't want that to happen either.
That sucks. Well, you need a studio.
So
I got a
that
studio here. You know that.
so it's just
I get it.
you have I talk about usurpers and I talk about sabotagers all the fucking
Mm-hmm.
time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean,
They're out there.
I just made a movie with these people and I just lost my place to live.
That's fucked up.
Okay.
That's fucked up.
So for
They
you
just
musicians out there that are watching this, it's like, you know, just look at it as tackle and fuel,
mm-hmm.
like the water boy would say,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep. Totally.
Tackle and fuel,
Yeah.
you know, that's
Totally.
high quality contempt.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly. Exactly. No
I
shit.
mean,
Not what you'd expect. That's for sure.
it's, it's amazing.
Yeah, that's
It's
crazy
amazing.
shit.
It's amazing how you get in this life as a musician, okay? And
Mm-hmm.
in this life, you're going to be punished for doing the right thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. For sure.
And then you usually get rewarded for doing the wrong thing.
For sure.
So if you can find out where that fine line is,
Right.
where you can have a rebellious spirit but also be productive.
Exactly.
So I guess that's like what Carl Jung talks about as far as integrating the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, the hero has to be a monster kind of a thing
Right.
because nobody, no, you're not going to gain respect as a nice guy.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's for
um,
sure.
a what is it? A good man is a monster who doesn't act monstrous,
Right.
so that they have it under control. But
They're
they're a
tame.
monster. There's no
Right.
doubt about it. They're
Right.
you know we're built for um, we're built for causing catastrophe.
Oh yeah.
Uh, it's easy for men. Um, Women resent us for it, but you know, at the same time as we're causing catastrophe for
Right.
others, we're protecting them, so
Right.
they have a hard time with when they do push back on us, all they do is lose their protection. So
Right.
the smart ones know how to just shut the fuck up.
Sometimes. Exactly. Exactly. Exactly.
So I thought, I'm going to try to get myself as in much trouble as possible on this episode,
Why not?
because I'm just, it's like, hey, look, man, like um allowing other musicians, allowing other people who even aren't, music connoisseurs, for you to even take their judgment into consideration
Right.
is, I mean, you're letting the crazies run the crazy house.
Exactly. Exactly. No
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah, and it's like, um, I would say that it's definitely gotten to a point now where I'm definitely shedding the dead wood,
Right.
and it's not even up to me
Right.
because I was pretty comfortable here.
Right.
I've been here for 10 years,
Right. It's a long
so
time. Definitely.
yeah, yeah.
But you know
Um,
what? You've got good things coming up. I know you do. You
well,
know,
obviously, some people aren't supposed to be coming with me
obviously, and that happens in
because
life.
it's
That's
beyond me.
the one thing
If it
about
was up to
life.
me, if it was up to me, I would be able to stay right where the fuck I'm at.
Right.
And so obviously it's not up to me.
Right.
There's something else going on.
Right. Right. Totally. But that's on
And
and that's gonna be a bummer
I
later
didn't
on.
I
You
didn't
know?
fire anybody.
Right.
Somebody quit.
Uh, well,
Somebody fucking quit.
yep,
That's the bottom line.
yep. And it wasn't you,
Maybe that's why I
obviously.
feel out of my element. It's like I'm used to firing people.
Right.
Like, wait a second, somebody actually quit? Like, wait, you don't quit on me. Get back here. You're fucking fired. Now you
Fucking
can quit.
fired. Exactly. But that's okay. That's like, you were when I called you the first time or messaged you the first time about being on here, you had no clue who I was, I'm sure. And you were saying great things to me right from the gate, things that kept me motivated enough to keep going. I know that,
Yeah,
and
because I want to give people the words of encouragement that I
right,
don't get.
right, right.
How
No, and I
fucking how I
appreciate it.
mean,
That's why,
wh-
that's
but
why,
where does that come from, Lat? Why would I be that way?
right.
Why, like seriously, I don't even know if that's like is wouldn't that give me all the reason to just be a dick to
Right.
others?
You'd think, yeah, yeah.
I mean, just
But
treat I'll just treat you the way that other people treat me,
right,
right?
right,
And just be like, "Oh, what are you doing that for, dude? That's a waste of time,
exactly,
bro. You're not gonna fucking get
exactly,
anywhere. Fucking wasting your time, bro."
exactly. You
But it's
came
like
here
you
to
would
my
think
you
that
came
like,
here to my house to do that first show, and we did a 3 hour show. That time I split it up
mhm.
into a couple episodes, but it was 3 hours. We were constantly talking, about stuff, and you impressed me. You we're two different people entirely, but we have somewhat of a same focus. Somewhere in the future there, it's kind of the same focus, and we figured out we could help each other on top of it.
Yeah, and so and how weird is it that like literally it's like some words of encouragement. That's all it was.
that's all it
You're
was.
like,
That's
cool,
all it
man.
was.
I'm good for another 6 months.
Fuck
Do you
yeah.
see how little? Do you see how little it takes
And that's
for
it.
men to
A
keep going?
little
It doesn't
fucking
take
pat on the
anything,
back
dude.
once in a while, say, hey, you're doing all right. That's all we fucking need, really. For the most part, that's what keeps me going enough.
It's not even validation. It's just to get like a word of
Right,
encouragement
right,
once every 6 months.
right.
That's literally.
It don't take much.
But but here's the thing. But you can't even. Yeah, I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Um,
I know you're my buddy, and anytime you want on my show, you've got that. You've got that.
oh yeah, man. No, I appreciate it.
And you're a great dude. You have your own beliefs and stuff on whatever. It doesn't violate anything in my bubble, so it's like, what can I really say about it? I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
Especially if it's benefiting me a little bit. Why would I? And it's all positive. And people don't get that. We don't need to stab
Well,
each other in the back, climbing up the
yeah, like
fucking ladder.
I I I like hard truths. I like just
I can respect the truth. I may not like it, but I can respect it always,
yeah, because honestly, it's like you'll never you it's like you might not ever find a reason to progress
Right.
if somebody's always just giving you the nice version, the
Right.
nice breakdown of how life is. Like it's so useless.
It is. That's what,
That's why I like Nietzsche. I like Friedrich Nietzsche, dude, because if you read Nietzsche, you have a strong character because Nietzsche he's the guy that's known for philosophizing with a hammer.
right, right.
He is there to break every fucking bullshit illusion that you have
Hmm.
preconceived,
Right,
all of your preconceived notions
right.
by dead. I mean, we're talking about like, the equivalent of like what LSD does to the mind the very first time.
Right,
But he does it through words,
right, right,
like smashes your
right,
fucking reality, dude.
right, right.
And it's so brutally honest, and
Hmm.
like just brutally uncomfortably
Right,
honest,
right, right.
that it's like that's how you can start to like, yeah, smash all your
Hmm.
fucking preconceived notions, man. And
Right,
then you can like really start to rebuild. And then when
right.
you rebuild, rebuilding you'll be building you'll be building a structure that cannot be demolished easily.
That's right. That's right.
And so I think that that's where people are just they're so fucking weak, and they can't they they're not able to be successful, not just with music, just in life in general, dude. They're not going to be successful doing anything because as soon as things get hard, they're going to fucking quit.
Yep.
See,
Yep.
and I can, I relate to that to a degree because I can be low in conscientiousness. So it's like I basically I don't work hard for the sake of working hard. I obsess. So
Hmm.
it's not, again, it's not like, oh, I'm so disciplined
Right.
that's why I'm able to execute my ideas and implement ideas. I no, it's obsession.
Hmm.
It's obsession. So it's
Hmm.
probably not super healthy. It's probably a little more
Right. Right.
pathological,
Right.
you know.
Totally.
But
But it drives us. It helps
you
drive
can't,
us.
yeah, nobody will ever get in my fucking way, and it hurts my friends' feelings
Hmm.
because they've all learned the hard way
Right.
that Jesse will railroad right the fuck over you
Right.
as soon as he thinks that you're an obstacle
Right.
in any way, shape, or form.
Right.
He cares more about getting that song finished than
Sure.
he does ruining three fucking friendships along the way.
Right. Right. Right.
Like,
I get it.
oh, hey, did we get the song recorded? Yeah, we got it. Yeah, how's it sound? It sounds really great. Um, your bass player and your drummer and your keyboard player, they all quit. I'm like, yeah, but did we get the track?
Right. 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 Right.
I can
Totally.
find another bass player and another drummer. And
Right.
like,
Right.
I mean, I don't really care, dude.
Right.
It gets to a point where it's like you're either a fucking obstacle
Right.
or you're a utilitarian tool,
Right.
not a non-utilitarian
Right.
tool.
Right.
It's like,
Totally.
and people they get in the fucking way, bro.
Hmm.
Your band members get in the way. You
Oh
know
yeah.
why? Because they're human beings.
Hmm.
They're so individualistic.
Right.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, it's such a conundrum because America is amazing because we believe in the individual,
Right. Right.
but then we can, because we're humans, we can pathologize anything good.
Yeah,
So
that's for sure.
what do? We pathologize individuality. That's what social media is.
Right.
It's like, look, dude, not everybody's special. Like, should everybody have their own personal platform with their own personal voice, infecting the world with their personal
Right.
stupidity?
Right.
That that's individuality too,
Hmm.
and it's pathologized, and it's an individual can really ruin shit,
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure.
and that's what they do.
Yep.
Because when you're in a band, right? When you're in a band,
You're in a bigger entity than just the self, you
and
know.
it's not even that. It's like, look, man, if even if the leader, like the leader of the band, if I'm not serving the music,
Hmm.
I lose all respect from the other players.
Hmm.
If I'm the leader and they can see that I'm sitting there serving myself
Hmm.
and the music is not obviously not speaking for itself, like,
Yeah.
oh well, we let him run shit because he's shown us time and time again that he can write a song without us,
Right.
that he can go produce a song without us. In fact, he doesn't need us,
Right. Right. Right.
but we're glad to be here.
Right.
And
Right.
I can't even fucking get that.
Yeah.
I'm just glad to be here.
Mhm.
No, it's well, how long is this going to take? Okay, well, I want to sing my part and then can I go? Oh, dude, you
Right.
know?
Yeah.
So, at some point, like, there has to be some sort of, and, the individual should be able to fit into the group. And some individuality shit needs to kind of be able to be put off to the side
Right. That's right.
to serve to let's just call it serving a higher goal, a
Yeah.
higher purpose,
The band.
which is actually transcendent of all of us, which is called music.
Hmm. Yep.
And so because people can't get over their own fucking individualities and their own egos, and I'm talking about like from an individual standpoint where you got a player coming in and they're really just concerned about their fucking drum part just being cool. It's
Right.
like they're just so goddamn concerned about their part.
Right. Right.
Get the fuck out.
Yeah. I get it. I get it.
Serve the song, you fucking
Hmm.
loser,
Yeah.
you know? And that's probably a good good reason why I just don't think I think I think that there's so many frustrated musicians that can't even get themselves into the damn studio
Right.
because the problem isn't them. I think there's so many frustrated musicians like me who actually they write their songs, they do everything, they find the studios, they want to record their product, they want to create a product,
Right.
and it's not them that's getting in the way of them. It's actually their band members, and it's the other special individuals.
Right.
Like, dude, you're like play the bass and play the drums. Shut the fuck up. Like, god damn it. Like,
Right.
opinions stay outside.
Right.
Like, I don't know what to tell you, but like the individual opinions have to just,
Gotta be put.
if the music is making the grade from the person who wrote it and is paying for the studio
Mhm.
time, people need to be quiet.
Yeah, paying the studio time, especially, that's the bottom. That's one of the bottom lines there. Is
Yeah,
that
like
studio
I
time?
don't want
That's
to hear
expensive
any
shit.
bitching about, oh, you're not very happy with how that
Right.
fucking crash cymbal sounded on the drum set that was set up for you.
Mm-hmm.
You literally just walked into a room with everything just done, mic'd, set up,
Right. That's
and
the
then I got
thing.
it. But I have to hear about how you don't like the way the crash sound.
Right. Right.
That just happened like
I
four
know.
months ago, bro.
I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it a bit, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Um, so the whole idea of creating this movie was really a way for me to get all of the frustrations out that I've experienced,
Right.
you know. And the cool thing about it is that, you know, when it kind of clicked one day that this movie I did would be way more compelling if I just leaned into a narcissistic villain
Mm-hmm.
archetype. I'll be myself, but I'll lean in to the
Right.
tyrannical band leader
Right.
because it's it it's going to be hilarious,
Right.
but at the same time, I'm actually getting a lot of my personal frustrations out
Oh, sure. Oh, I bet.
towards these people,
Right.
because it's kind of like, well, thank God I don't drink anymore.
I get what you're saying there. I can totally understand that.
Yeah, well, when I was
I
drinking,
totally get what you're saying. You're lucky, motherfucker.
mhm, yeah,
I understand.
the leash used to be completely off, man.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, get a few drinks in me,
Oh yeah.
and
I
then
bet.
pick up the phone, start calling band members,
Oh yeah, I've done
start
that
telling them
before.
exactly what I think of them.
That's
Yeah,
always fun.
yeah, dude.
And you don't remember it the next morning.
Oh,
No,
actually
you know
some
what
of
I
them I
mean.
remember.
You know
Yeah,
what I mean.
I remember. I remember.
uh,
Mhm.
I get it though.
So,
I totally understand that.
some of them turned into full blown fights.
Oh yeah.
So
I've done that before myself. I totally get where you're talking about. I totally understand. Maybe not with
yeah.
music stuff, but I've experienced it in the same thing in other parts of my life, and I totally get what you're talking about.
Well, it's like this. It's like I do everything.
Hmm.
So
Right.
why is anybody getting in my way?
Right.
Like I'm not even ask. I stopped asking these people to stop. I basically stopped asking them to help me.
Right.
All they have to do is not be an obstacle and don't be in my way and don't
Right.
hurt the process. And you know what? They can't even fucking do
No, they
that.
can't do that. No, they can't.
I just stopped
I
asking, man.
understand.
Like you don't have to help, just don't hurt.
Hmm.
And
They can't. They don't know. They don't understand. They're wah 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 wah. That's all they hear.
they understand perfectly when it comes to serving themselves.
Hmm.
That's what they understand.
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure, totally,
That's what they
totally.
understand.
Yep.
And maybe there's some things about me that they refuse to respect as a leader or a CEO.
Hmm.
Maybe there's things about me that they're just like, whatever, dude, you're crazy, and I don't respect you, and
Yep.
I don't want to be told what to do by you, and that's fine.
Right.
But you
Don't
came
come to
into
work
this
for me
band
then.
because you see that I write songs, I produce, I'm a
Right.
producer, I create music videos. You
Right.
see that I have something built here, a brand. You
Right.
want to come into it and then devalue it and then
Yeah.
tell me that you don't fucking need me?
Yeah. Fuck you.
Like I should fucking like
I get it. Yeah. Fuck you, pal. I know what you're saying. Yep.
yeah, dude. It's
Of
like
course you.
it gets to a point where it's like, look, I don't know how I'm not physically getting into physical entanglements with
Hmm.
some of these people
Right.
because it gets to a point where it's like,
Oh yeah.
I just want to punch you,
Hmm.
actually. Like, you know what I mean? Like, let's just
Right.
get over the whole fucking like. There's not going to be any fucking music being played,
Right.
motherfucker. I just want to punch you.
Yep. Yep.
so, so, you know, this wasn't really supposed to be like a big bitch session. It's
Sometimes
just
you gotta
that
let it out, though. You know,
it's
you
just
gotta
that
vent it.
it's like, look, man, like I know that I am setting myself up for hurt because and pain because when you go around telling people, hey, I made a movie, that is like, I don't care who you are, dude.
Right,
The first thing is, yeah, right.
right,
Whatever, bro.
right.
Like, yeah, whatever, man. You're high, which I am. I am high.
Yep.
But it's too big.
Right.
And so they're thinking, oh, well, you made an hour and a half long piece of shit,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't call it a movie.
Right.
You
Right.
probably made an hour and a half long waste of time that you're going to push on your friends and family, and you're going to force them to watch it
Right.
by gunpoint.
Right.
That's probably more like what it is that you made, and I
Mhm.
think that that's what goes through people's minds
Right.
because why in the fuck does somebody who's never made a movie before be able to make a movie that's
Mhm.
any good at
Right.
all when you didn't know what you were doing
Right.
and this was basically on a whim
Right.
and you expect us to like stop what we're doing and like take notice of this glorious piece of shit that you probably made.
Right. Right.
And I'm gonna tell you something, dude. The joke is gonna be on all of them
Right.
because even though that screening that we did of it was
Mhm.
a fucking shit show,
Mhm.
and I was not happy, dude. I mean, I was like, this was a fucking waste of time. I shouldn't even fucking like wasted my fucking time with these people.
Right.
But even through all of that, even though it was a shit show, nonstop laughter,
Right on. Oh, I don't doubt it a bit. You know,
nonstop
you,
laughter.
when you, whatever you've told me in the short time we've known each other, you know, it has came to fruition. You know,
Yeah,
everything
man,
you said.
it
You're
did,
not a
man.
bullshitter. You know, you may have a little bit of an ego a little bit, but you can back it up too. That's the bottom line. Is what
Yeah,
I'm saying. You
it's
can back
because
it up, so it's not like it's
ego is just
but
like a false. It's like false confidence,
it
man.
is. It is.
I'm just confident, dude,
You
because I
are.
know
You
what to
are. You
fucking
know,
do.
everything you've said, you brought to light. You
And
know,
the thing is that when
and
people when you sit there and tell people exactly what the fuck you're gonna do and who you are, and they want to continually devalue you and demoralize you when you've proven it to them
right,
time and time and time
right,
and time and time again,
right.
what the fuck, dude? Eventually, you have to stop going, okay, dude, it's not me.
Yeah, you have to do
It's not
that at
me.
some point. Yep,
It's not me.
exactly.
Yeah, I know, and I know it comes off kind of egotistical, but you know what, man? I'm telling you something, brother.
You backed up everything you've said to me, no doubt.
Nobody likes an Axl Rose.
No,
Nobody likes that
right,
egomaniac kind of
right,
a attitude.
right.
But I'm telling you something, man. This weak, pathetic, fucking docile musician archetype ain't
Mhm.
fucking working either, dude.
Right,
It's not working. It's not working
right,
for me.
right.
Like how the fuck? You know, we used to put a little bit of rebellion in our music.
Mhm.
There's nothing rebellious about these fucking
Right,
people. They are so afraid of offending people.
mhm.
Like, dude, that is not rock and roll, bro.
Right, right.
Ted Nugent, baby. Ted fucking Nugent.
Yep.
And that's all I have to say.
That's all you have to say.
That's all I have to fucking say.
Yep, yep. Fuck yeah.
Love that guy.
He's awesome. He's
Unapologetic,
that's right.
loud,
Backs up his
aggressive,
bullshit. Fucking the whole
fucking
nine
oh
yards.
yeah. Yeah. And try stepping to him, dude. He'll take a piece of your candy ass any fucking
Oh
day of the
exactly. Yeah, you will. Yeah, he will for
week.
sure. Fucking
It's like I'm sorry, but like I miss the tough guy
mhm.
rocker.
Right.
I missed like whatever happened to that, man.
Right.
You
I
know,
know.
I mean, it was ironic, right? Like back in the '80s, you got these guys. They're dressing like chicks,
Hmm.
but Motley Crue, dude, the very first time they played the Roxy, was it the Roxy? I think it was the Roxy. The very first time that was like their first gig, dude. They're all up
Hmm.
there in you know, spandex and
Oh yeah.
shit. And there were some dumb bikers that were flipping them shit, and they beat the fuck out of those dudes,
Yep. Yep.
dressed up like women.
Yep. That's the ultimate fucking, that's the ultimate being low
That
right
gave that
there.
that right there, dude. Their music didn't even get them street credit
Right,
that night. It was the
right.
fact that they were willing to throw down.
Yep.
You know?
Yep, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, nope. What tough guy wants to get their ass kicked by some dude with
I know.
Aquanet and spandex on? I mean,
No shit. No doubt.
you know, but it's like I just feel like that I'm just not impressed with musicians these days. They
Right,
just come off like they're just so fucking soft.
right,
You know, they're just so soft,
right,
and I can't find any way to like really respect any of them
right,
because they're just so soft.
right.
You know, and I think that learning how to play guitar and listening to rock music, there was an element of rebellion that was it was important, and it not like reckless, causeless rebellion.
Right,
Um, uh, a way to find your own path,
right, right.
to cut your own path, you
Right.
know,
Totally.
because you could, even though lots of people have taken that
Right,
individual path, it's always the path is always different. It's
right.
yours, but
Exactly.
music offers that life path that's like this is your path, dude,
Right.
and you have to be a fucking fearless rebel.
Hmm.
It's not, oh hey, I'm gonna forge my way through this path as long as I've got two or three friends with me.
Right. Right. No shit. No shit. The guy I
You know what
like
I'm
seeing
saying?
right now that's kind of put himself in the middle of all of it is Nuno Betancourt. I think he was underrated as a guitarist. Nobody really well, he wasn't underrated, I'd say, but he was definitely forgotten for a while, I think. And he's really blazed his own little path right now. That is
Dude,
phenomenal,
Nuno
and
is on fire
I
right
know he
now.
is on fire playing that Aussies thing in the beginning,
Yeah,
that in the beginning thing. He showed, he's definitely leadership
super glad to
material.
see him back in the game.
Totally. I am totally glad to see him back myself.
Yeah,
He awesome musician, but he's kind of taking the leadership role a little bit. And I think that's good, a little
yeah,
bit for
yeah.
sure.
Well, he needs to. I
Yeah.
mean, um, dude,
Everybody's
I'll,
getting
t-
old out there. I know that.
I'll tell you what, dude. I think probably oh God, "Get the Funk Out"
Hmm.
by Extreme.
Hmm.
Pull that song up, dude.
I will. I
"Get
will.
the Funk Out."
Okay.
Oh my God,
Right. It's
dude,
good,
his
huh?
guitar. I mean, look, man. Like, I'm trying to think. What's their fucking por- graffiti? What's their name of that? Their
That's yeah, something like that. I think I remember. I know what you're talking about. I know which record you're talking about there.
yeah. Anyways, I mean, they had some
Monsterism, yeah.
monster tunes, dude. Oh my God, dude.
I was watching one
Um,
yesterday that came up, being that I've been talking to Timmer and stuff. Timmer's an awesome dude. That guy is phenomenal.
yeah,
I've been seeing a lot of Paul Gilbert stuff coming up now. And I saw some shit. He was doing this solo when he was with Racer X, or I think is
yeah,
who they were. He
yeah.
was smoking on that. Oh my God. I've never seen anybody smoke like that, it
Oh
seems.
yeah.
He's phenomenal, that guy, you know.
Yeah, man. Paul is the man. You know, he just put out a new music video
Yeah,
yesterday. That
right
was
on.
recorded at Hallowed Halls. That's where I record.
Oh, right
So
on.
it's pretty cool to see him in that room.
That's cool.
But yeah, man. I you know uh it's kind of interesting to have a little bit of a well, kind of like a vent session, because what one thing that I will say, because I do have to, I got to actually wrap this up.
That's cool.
But for one, to your viewers, I just want to say thank you for listening, and that, my intention isn't to come off so negative that this is a demoralizing thing,
Right.
but I know that I'm not the only one that goes through this, that after you've put out a product, maybe you've worked on it for a year, maybe I don't know, some people put out albums pretty quick, you know,
Right.
maybe you worked on it for 6 months, whatever. But there's a there's an issue that kind of happens with me, and I'm assuming I can't be the only one. But when you put out a piece of art, when you put out a product, when you put out something like, music, it's not just a product, it's a piece of you.
Right.
And when you put it out there, don't be surprised that there's a phase afterwards where there's a little bit of a downhill. There's kind of a
Right.
you kind of feel like you're in the muck. You just created
Yeah.
something really cool, and yet you feel bad.
Right.
Like you feel shitty,
Right.
because you kind of feel like, well, it's not going to be noticed. Like, why did I even do this?
Mhm.
Like, I just created something that nobody's going to pay attention to,
Right.
and on all those thoughts. And you're right to feel that way, because that is the truth.
Hmm.
The fabric of reality is actually not going to go along with you.
Right.
The fabric of reality will start going along with you when you repeatedly,
Right.
you got to repeat, 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 repeat,
Right.
repeat. Because basically, I don't think the fabric of reality cares about you trying something once.
Right.
The fabric of reality doesn't start going along with you until you start actually building something called repetition,
Right.
which is actually you starting to build the structure of reality
Right.
yourself.
Right.
Ooh, ooh. We're getting into some fucking law of attraction crap.
Right.
But the bottom line is that don't don't fall into that negative kind of, don't stay there.
Right.
You're gonna you're gonna probably end up there. You're gonna put out something, and you're just gonna be like, fuck, why did I even do that? Like, nobody
Right.
even gives a shit about that, and you're just gonna feel demoralized and discouraged, and you're like, oh, I'm
Right.
not doing that again.
Right.
um it's so important that you don't stay there. You need to, when you're there, you need to kind of use it as an opportunity to look around
Right.
and start examining, why are you feeling shitty about the fact that you just put out something really good. It's good. you know that's the other thing, is like, you have to know it's good. I mean,
Right.
if you did put out something bad, then you should probably know it, and you should probably feel bad about it.
Right. Right. No shit. No shit.
Or maybe not bad, but you shouldn't feel like, you achieved something and
Right.
get into a
Right.
pretentious fucking mindset. Like, you know
Right.
like there's that scene with, Kyle Gass and Jack Black. It's
Oh
like one
yeah.
of the very first Tenacious D episodes, and
Yeah.
uh they're dealing with the fact that they're going through the death of a dream.
Right.
And they're sitting there, Jack's like measuring Kyle's arm. He's like, what are you measuring me for? He's like, tuxes. We can't go to the gram. He's looking like hay seeds, you
No shit.
know. So
No
it's like,
shit.
don't get all delusional and pretentious and think that your shit's better
Right.
than it is. But if you created something really great, and
Right.
you're feeling like, oh man, I just I don't feel very good. I
Right.
feel kind of shitty.
Right.
I was just kind of made to feel by some of my peers and even some of the people that were involved in it that this is a joke.
That's fucked up. That sucks.
These people are not taking this seriously at all.
Right.
They will take it seriously when they start seeing me profit off of it.
Yep. No
That's when they'll
shit.
show up
No shit.
and they'll be like, "I
Exactly.
believed in this guy the whole time. I knew you could do it."
No shit.
Mm-hmm.
No shit.
So constantly trying to discern the helpful people from the parasites.
Right.
Good luck. Good
Yep.
luck. Because your best friends turn into the parasites.
Oh yeah.
Like they don't start out that way. They turn into that, you
Right.
know? And so I guess my positive message for the musicians that are out there, do not be surprised that when you put something out that's really great that is and it's chock full of meaning for you,
Mm-hmm.
just there's going to be that there's an irony that happens that you're going to feel shitty. You're going to feel
Right.
kind of shitty. You're going to
Yeah.
feel like maybe you didn't achieve something or there's going to be that fucking voice in the back of your head just telling you that you're a fucking loser
Right.
or
Right.
whatever. Or maybe it's the external voices that are actually telling you that you're a loser.
Right. Right.
Maybe it's both.
Right.
And then you start kind of maybe believing them that you're a
Right.
loser. So,
Right.
but you would think that there would be a positive emotion that's connected to the fact that you created something and you put it out there.
Right. Right. Totally.
That feeling does happen, but it is fleeting.
Yeah.
It doesn't stick around, man.
I
It's
bet.
like pretty much over after the first day.
Right. Right.
It's kind of like if you really are somebody who gets high on their own supply, then
Mm-hmm.
you might be able to ride that wave for a good 6 months, maybe a year.
Right.
I've put out some stuff where I'm like, a year later, I'm like, hey man, that's pretty fucking good stuff.
Right on. Right on. Right on.
So I'm not getting high on my own supply, but man, if you can go back and look at your stuff in hindsight and you're going,
Right.
hey, that actually is, wow, that's good. Like,
Right.
you stepped outside of it for a long time, came back and you're like, oh, wow,
Right.
there is something there.
Exactly.
Okay. Then, you've cleaned out your own pretentious thoughts. You've cleaned out
Right.
your ears. You're
Right.
coming in back into your song, looking at it unbiasedly. And when you create something and you do something and and maybe you're only seeing like progress on a very small metric like
Right.
what we do, man, like
Right.
being podcasters, every time we see another subscriber, it's exciting. it's
Right. Totally. Oh,
it's
totally. Totally. I know what you're saying there. Because
and most people are just like, whatever, dude, that's so, like, the fact that you would even value that is just so stupid. It's like, well, that's because you don't understand the value of having a real audience. You don't
Right.
understand the value of having a real audience.
Exactly.
When somebody subscribes to your channel,
It's a big deal.
subscriptions are like, dude, subscriptions are like currency.
Hmm. You told me that the first time you're on here. Exactly. I
It's
know.
hard to get subscribers. So if you get subscribers,
Oh yeah.
they're genuinely saying, "Hey, I want to see more from you." And as podcast creators, we need to fucking never ever take not even one
For
of those
granted.
subscribers for granted.
Totally. Oh, totally.
And it's easy to do that
It
because
is.
we start thinking, oh, well, who's really seeing our videos? And people
Right.
don't really, dude, people see them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
People
like,
are listening to my shit. I know, and
if,
it
if,
blows my mind. It blows my
yeah,
mind.
exactly. Because it's like, where's the humility, man? It's like,
Right.
how about who the fuck are you that even 10 people should even be listening to you?
Right. Exactly.
Who said that you deserve a fucking audience of 5 even,
No
dude?
shit.
Like
No
what
shit.
did you
I'm grateful,
fucking
dude.
do?
I'm a grateful motherfucker. Let me tell you, for
Right.
everybody, I am grateful.
Yeah, and so it's like it's like taking taking recognition of our micro successes and all that. I mean that's
Right.
we have to have some sort of a metric to keep ourselves going, because if we're
Right.
not really seeing any progress, then
Right.
we're going to be,
Exactly.
we're going to quit,
Exactly.
and if you're not seeing progress, you probably should quit,
Right. Right.
like
I know.
what are you doing?
I've wanted to quit doing this 100 times at least. Because it's a lot of work. I'm finding it's a lot of work putting up a show and all this shit. Getting guests on. It's a lot of work, but
It
I
is.
get those guests on, and it's like I forget. I forget how bad
Yeah,
it was. For a second till the
which is
next
so
time.
cool, dude, because I just heard this actually. So, that's interesting. It's kind of like we're in the constant land of the stranger.
Right.
And here's what's really cool, because I actually just heard this. I listen to Jordan Peterson a lot. And when you invite a stranger into your house becomes a different house. Your house actually becomes a little bit more strange to you because you
Right.
have a stranger in your
That's
house.
right. That's right. That's
And
right.
that's actually a really fucking cool concept,
It
because
is.
that's what a podcast
Mhm.
is that, like, right now, like you're in your spot there, but
Right.
you're talking to a different guest, and so now
Right.
where you're sitting probably feels a little different, just
Totally.
because
Oh, 100%.
it's like
100%.
we're in the constant land of the stranger.
Right.
And
Right.
so if you can act accordingly and act appropriately in the land of the stranger, where you're
Right.
the strange,
Right.
or how you deal with strangers,
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
that makes you a dynamic,
Hmm.
unstoppable
Hmm.
person.
Hmm.
Now,
Exactly.
that's the kind of philosophy I would attach to, if you're going to be a networker,
Hmm.
adopt that philosophy that we just,
Exactly.
otherwise you're
100%.
a fucking parasite.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's
Exactly.
it.
That's exactly it. There's no
And you can
fine.
see
That's
it.
the fine line right there.
You can see those fuckers, dude. You can
Yep.
see those musicians, dude, that they're so parasitical. They just want to be, well, I'll play with you. Oh, and I'll play with you, and I'll play with
Right.
you. And
Right.
because you know what they want? They want money.
Right.
And
Right.
so they play in 4 and 5 fucking bands because they want money. They just
Right.
want to play music. They don't care what the music is, dude.
Right.
The,
Right.
the music is literally meaningless to them.
Right. Right.
The
That's
money is where the meaning is.
yeah. That's
And
not the
so
right way to
there's
be.
people who network that are literally, you know, we're coming from a place of, uh, you know, not just community, but really like encouraging one another on
Hmm.
an individual level,
Right.
right? So, like, you don't sacrifice the individual for the group, and you don't sacrifice the group for the individual,
Right.
right? There is a fucking fine line,
Right.
and I don't think most musicians have any fucking clue where that fine line is, dude,
Yep.
because they all
Yep.
act like parasites
Yep.
towards one another.
Right.
Bottom line. And and if this upsets some people, all I'm going to say is good, because there's some messaging in this
Right.
that is pissing you off, because
It's true.
it's fucking hitting a nerve, and
Right.
only
Right.
you're only getting pissed off because it's hitting a nerve, and there's some truth in it.
Exactly.
I just sound like a dick.
Wait, you just say it real, dude. You've obviously been in it long enough to where you know what's
I'm
what.
unapologetic,
Right,
like Ted
right,
Nugent.
right. Because you don't got time for that shit. You probably already
No.
been apologetic with it at some point, and then go, nobody's listening anyway. Fuck them. It's on
Oh,
them now.
Lat,
Yes.
bro, I got a little gift for you, man.
Okay.
Um, go on YouTube,
Mm-hmm.
like, if you have time today, go
I
on
will.
YouTube and type in supergroup.
Okay.
It's it
On
was a
YouTube?
TV show. It was a TV show on VH1 back in 2006,
Uh-huh.
and they take five major rock stars and put them into a house together. They don't tell them who, like they don't even tell each other who, who's coming. Like they meet each other,
Right.
at the house for the first time. Ted Nugent, Scott Ian from Anthrax,
Nice. Fuck yeah.
Sebastian Bach,
Fuck
Sebastian Bach,
yeah.
and Evan Seinfeld, bass player, singer for Biohazard,
Oh, okay, okay.
and Jason Bonham on drums. And dude, I'm telling you, brother,
What do you think about Sebastian? He's going to play with Twisted Sister for a while, I guess.
you know, I I think I'm happy for him.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard that, I was like, yeah, that's a good choice.
I think so.
It's a good choice because
It's a
not only
lift up
does
for him. It's going to be a little raising for him, at least. I
well,
think.
I think as far as if you're gonna if you're gonna try to replace D. Snyder,
Right.
they can't just be some. They have to be bigger than
Yeah.
life, personality
Oh yeah.
wise too.
Oh yeah. Definitely. Definitely. I saw
And
Twisted Sister open for Iron Maiden in '85, Live After Death, and that is that. If you look up in Webster's dictionary, supporting band, they were the perfect supporting band for them. They're for an opening act. That's how you want an opening act to be. You want them to support the main group and still kick
right,
ass themselves. And
right.
he did a phenomenal job. I will always remember that as him as probably the best supporting band that I've ever seen. At a show, which is
That's way cool. That's way cool because that that
phenomenal.
level that level of cooperation. I mean, D is bigger than life, man.
Oh yeah, for sure,
Bigger
for
than life.
sure, for sure.
So um, you got to watch Supergroup, dude.
I will.
I'm serious. Like
I've
it's
got it.
it's serious homework.
I've got it jammed in right
Yeah,
there.
yeah. There should be like 7 episodes there. And
Right
what
on.
I was gonna say is when Ted Nugent goes into the radio station because he doesn't drink, so he's up at like
Right.
he gets up at 6 in the morning and goes to the radio station to to
Interviews and stuff.
do the promoting for the
Hmm.
show and all that stuff. And he is so unapologetic
Oh yeah.
to those
He's
radio
got he's
stations.
got all his facts and shit
Oh,
behind him when he interviews.
he
He
flat
yeah.
chastises them, dude. And I am literally like fucking screaming, ranting, and raving at the TV. Get him, Dad! Fucking get him!
Fuck yeah.
I mean, I just losing my mind, dude, because I miss the toxic masculinity.
Hmm.
I miss it flat out.
Totally.
It's
Totally.
like,
That's that band Scattered Hamlet that I've talked to. That's what they're all about. Is that
and I'm not, and
toxic
I'm not,
masculinity?
I'm not talking about punching women,
Right.
okay?
That's what they're not talking about
I'm
too.
talking about just being an unapologetic masculine son of a bitch.
Hmm. Hmm. Totally.
And I just, I wasn't, Ted Nugent's music was a little bit before me.
Right. Right.
So now I did like the damn Yankees.
Hmm.
I actually, hey,
Those guys are
they,
phenomenal.
they came out with
They were
some killer
phenomenal.
fucking tunes, bro. Killer tunes, man. And I don't care if it's kind of like in that hair rock kind of.
Right.
I don't care. The fucking shit was good, man.
They backed up their
But
bullshit for sure.
but I was never really like a Ted Nugent follower by any means. It was just a little bit before my time.
Right.
Like I don't really care about Stranglehold and stuff like that. But when I saw him on Supergroup, it just made me like I love that guy. I
Yeah.
just I
He's a good dude.
you'll never hear me say a bad fucking word
Hmm.
about that guy, man.
Right.
And the way that he dresses down the radio DJs
Oh, I
is
bet.
next level
That's
amazing.
awesome. Yeah, because you
It's
can't
next
bullshit
level
him. He's got
amazing.
all the facts lined up because he's sober. He's never,
Oh, he's a
he's got his brain fully intact and he's got it stored full of useful information. Let me tell you.
oh yeah,
You know,
yeah. So definitely check that out,
I
man.
will.
And I would say, anybody watching this, go watch Supergroup.
Right on.
And if you're a musician who does kind of feel like, you know, maybe your uh assertiveness,
Mm-hmm.
your aggression, your
Right.
aggressiveness. There's a lot of times, these weak people will call us aggressive when we're actually just assertive.
Right. Right.
Uh, you know, Assertiveness looks like toxic masculinity. Um, it's like no, no.
Right.
You know, uh, it's just that when you guys, if you guys are getting to a point where you feel like there's just everybody around you, or that maybe there's just nobody around you that's got an intense bone in their body, you know, it's it, it's hard to find people that are exactly like us.
Right.
So it's tough, but just try to do your best and don't let those weak people make you weaker.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
If 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 you're around some people who you consider to be, they're kind of docile and they're
Mm-hmm.
kind of harmless, use that as a catalyst to be more fucking dangerous because there's got to be a balance. And if they're not willing to balance it out, then it's just going to make you become even more
Right.
probably incendiary with your language.
Right.
And there has to be a balance
Totally.
because somebody has to bring the balance,
That's right.
you know. Um, People aren't getting anywhere in life and they're not getting anywhere with their music because they're not assertive
Mm-hmm.
and they're too busy. They're too busy worried about alienating their other band members and maybe alienating friends and family with their music. It's like,
Right.
what the hell are you guys doing? You should be alienating people with your music.
No shit. No shit.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
shit.
yeah. It's like, oh yeah, because Kiss, they never alienated anybody ever.
Oh yeah.
It's just like this whole attitude of I can do music. I can do something that's really the hardest fucking thing to try to do as a
Mm-hmm.
profession. I believe it's harder than even getting into like acting or something.
Right.
Well, thank God for couch casting. So,
No shit.
dude,
No shit.
dude, I'm going to tell you right now, all the musicians would be famous if we even had the ability to do couch casting. Like they just don't want us. They're just like, whoa, no, 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 no.
No, thank you.
Just keep your crabs and your herpes off my couch. Nobody rock stars have been.
No shit.
No, no,
No
no,
shit.
no.
Right on. Right on, bro.
All right,
Glad
man.
you came on. Thanks for coming
Yep,
by.
that was good,
Appreciate it.
man. And don't forget, subscribe to this channel,
That's right.
and if you would be so kind, if I didn't scare you people out there in virtual world to death, go
No
to
shit.
Jesse Lee Falls band on YouTube, Jesse Lee Falls podcast. I do a podcast
Mhm.
also. And if you are a musician who's not too afraid and you would like to do an interview with me, if you are a frustrated musician and you'd like to blow off some steam, I like to talk a lot of shit when it comes to musicians because they make it easy. They
They
make
make
it
it
easy.
easy.
We're so fucking, we're so predictable, and
No shit.
the level of pretentiousness and the false humility.
Right.
The false humility, that shit has to stop, you guys. When somebody comes up, oh, I really like your song. You're amazing. And then you're just like, no, stop doing that shit.
Yeah.
You don't have to be
Fuck
like, yeah,
yeah,
I know
I'm
I'm
good,
amazing.
motherfuckers.
You don't have to be like, yeah, I know I'm amazing. But the false humility
Yeah.
thing is more
Right.
egotistical than the
Than
guy that's just
anything.
egotistical.
Exactly. Exactly. I
It's
agree
like
with you on
just
that.
being an egotistical dick. At least somebody they'll get a laugh out of it.
Right. Right.
They'll
Right.
be like, wow, I didn't expect him to be such an egotistical, like to say something so
Right.
egotistical. I didn't expect him to lean into that compliment so hard. You know?
Right. Right. Right
I
on,
think he's
bro.
outside still celebrating. I mean, you know, but it's like don't the false humility thing is
Right.
old. It's old. It's like you're not that humble.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You're just not.
Right.
You go out and you play on stage in front of other people on purpose, and you're going to try to pass yourself off as humble?
Right. Exactly. Come on.
Dude, you think you deserve a stage and a microphone. There's
Right.
nothing humble about that.
Nothing humble about that. I
So,
definitely,
you know what I mean?
definitely.
Like you're not up there on stage in lights on a microphone sitting
Right.
there thinking to yourself, I'm not very good.
Right.
Just saying.
Right.
I know. So, anyways, love you, bro.
Love you, bro. Talk to you
Yeah.
soon.
Yeah, man.
All right. Have a
All
good
right,
day,
bro.
bro.
Yeah. Later.
Later.